back everyone to another video. I'm just going to try and clear up ranges because I see there's a bit of confusion with ranges, so hopefully I can break it down for you and make this as simple as possible. Now, we have 4-hour price action here. Let's just start over here. We have this whole push up, okay? We have this whole push up and the low gets taken. So this push up, this buy to sell, is our supply range, okay? Price comes back up into this supply range and we go on to take out this low, so we can now confirm we have new supply here to here, so here to here, okay? Our buy to sales we take out here. Now if supply is going to continue, what we can expect is price to come down, come back up into supply, take out the low. This is our new supply range. Obviously we don't get that, so what happens is we take out this high, so we can now confirm that this high to low is now demand. This is now our demand zone. Cool. So once we get these highs taken out, obviously what happens after we get these highs taken out, we can expect some form of pullback, okay? And we can expect, or we think, that price can come back down into this demand zone and off we go. Now this will create a new demand. Obviously what happens is we absolutely smash through this. So because this low gets taken, this whole push up, so now this buy to sell is our whole new supply range, okay? Obviously it's very big, it's just the way that this price action's formed. So now we've broken these lows, we have a new supply range. Once we get a pullback, obviously because we're expecting a pullback, we've had this significant low taken out, we can expect price to pull back into this supply zone anywhere within here and continue our move down, okay? So let's jump down into the 15-minute, okay? Now, understanding that we're in a pullback phase now, and when it comes to ranges and pullbacks, it can be a little bit different, okay? You know, we can get all sorts of, this is why we call it a complex pullback, because price can pull back a bit like this. Obviously, creating ranges sometimes, creating their own liquidity to push price higher, okay? But as we're just talking about ranges, okay, let's just start here, for example, otherwise it'd be a long video, right? So we have this whole push down and then the high gets taken. So this whole range here is our demand range. It's confirmed because we have the high taken out. Price returns back into this demand zone. We now take this high, we have a new demand zone. Okay. So we have this, we can class this, it takes the high, we have this little sell to buy. So okay, we can say this is, it's visible on the 15-minute, so we can say this is our range because we're going to take this out. Again, following the ranges up, demand range confirmed because we've taken a high out. We come back into it and again we take the high of that. Cool, let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so we're following these demand zones up, demand ranges. We don't actually come back into this range, so it's left, but then we have these supply ranges. We then flip back to demand. Okay, we have that breaks that, so that comes from there to there. Okay, this is our sell to buy. We do break out of that with a wick, so this is our next push up. Now price comes back down into this range, respects that demand range, then this high gets taken, so then we have a whole new demand range. Cool. Now what happens here? This low gets taken, the low from the demand range, so we can now draw our new supply range. This whole buy to sell that takes out the low. Now obviously we know now we're in a 4-hour supply zone, okay, which we just drew, so we know we're in that. We now have a shift from demand to supply. Now we're in, we've got the 4 hour and 15 on our side. These ranges now, as we know, should get respected till we take some form of low out. Okay, so we have this low here. Price comes out. We come back up into the supply, and then we go on to break this low here. Although it only happens in, you only get this one supply. As soon as we get this low taken out, we can expect some form of pullback. So now we have these these demands within this pullback. High taken. Okay, again, high gets taken, so this is our new demand. Okay, so our sell to buy. Now in a pullback, we can expect the previous ranges created to sometimes be used as inducement. Okay, because the objective of the low has already been taken. So although we might respect this supply, because this is the supply that we've got, the only supply, then this gets used as inducement. Because remember, we're in a pullback phase. Now, once we get up to these areas, now obviously we know that we're in a pullback. We've already shifted in from demand to supply. Okay, we can now jump onto the 1 minute. Here, understanding that we've come back up into a refined area. We're not worrying about that. We're worrying about the ranges now. So we come up, we hit a refined area here. At the moment, demand is still in control. Okay, we take this high, price comes back in, and we eventually break this low of the demand range here. So what do we have now? Demand is now broken. We have this whole buy to sell. Okay, so we have new supply. What goes on to break the demand? This supply zone. We now have 4-hour supply, 15-minute supply, 1 minute supply. What happens? See you later. Cool. It was only going to be a short video. Hopefully I've explained that well enough and slowly enough for some of you to understand. Obviously, if you have any more questions, then just drop them in the group and we can go through them.